Hi, I'm Jeff Ludy, the window expert. I'm standing here in Houston in our beautiful showroom where we have over a dozen brands of windows and doors to choose from. And today I'm going to talk to you about the best windows for extreme heat. Now, if you've noticed, summers can get very hot, and especially in the South where we're at down here in Texas, it's scorching hot. And so people ask me all the time, Jeff, I want a window that's going to work really well in extreme heat. So let me start by saying that any really high quality window that exists in today's market now is going to do really well and hold up well in heat. But there are some windows that do better than others. And I want to tell you about the three main categories of windows that I think perform really well in extreme heat and see which one works best for you. Now, by the way, I get people all over the country that ask me all the time, Jeff, I wish you lived in my city. I'd buy windows from you. But of course, I only service this area. But if you are looking for a great window company near you, check out the windowexperts.com. I have a list of people all over the country. I can find somebody near you that can help you with your window project. So I love this product, for example. This is an Anlin window. Anlin's based out of California. Anlin makes super premium, high quality vinyl windows. That's all they make is vinyl. So people say, well, Jeff, I thought vinyl didn't do really good in the sun because I had this guy who came out to my house and he spent 3 hours talking about how vinyl fails and vinyl doesn't last. And by the way, he's probably right. Poor quality vinyl really stinks and it doesn't last very long. I'm going to put a little link right up here down in the description about why you should not buy cheap vinyl windows. I would never ever suggest a cheap vinyl window in any climate, but especially in a southern climate or an extremely hot climate. So then what makes this window different? Well, there's a couple of things that make it different. Number one is the wall thickness, the wall gauge of the vinyl. The thicker the wall, the better it's going to withstand the heat. But probably the most important ingredient, the most expensive ingredient for sure, in a high quality vinyl window is a product called titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide, the more you have in here, the more it's going to cost to make this window, but the better it's going to perform in direct sunlight and direct heat and extreme heat conditions. In fact, the other day, I was at the beach. I was in Florida with my family. We went to Disney and had a great time. And I needed some sunscreen. I went into a CVS, and I usually associate the most expensive item with the best item. That's not always the case, but I looked for the good one. I didn't look for a $1.99 bottle of sunscreen, but I picked up one that was like $14.99. I thought, $14.99? What makes this so expensive? And I turned around the label and I read it. And you know what the primary ingredient in that was? Yes, titanium dioxide. Why? Because titanium dioxide coats your hands. That's that little silvery, shiny sort of stuff that actually reflects the heat, and it actually reflects the ultraviolet rays from the sun from doing skin damage to you, preventing you from getting skin cancer. It's like a wonder drug in a window. And so that's what makes a high quality window different than a poor quality window is higher levels of titanium dioxide. Now, another thing that this window company does, and you can see this footage, how cool this is, they actually inject foam into the cavity of this window. That also helps reduce the transfer of heat and cold. But when it comes to extreme heat, obviously low E coatings, right? The coatings on the glass that reject that heat, that's called silver oxide. That's what they use for that, low emissivity coatings. That's actually a real important component. So you've got your glass, and there's a link to that up here. I've got a great video about low E and why you should have it in your windows down in the description as well. And then you've got your frame. And I believe that if you get a really high quality vinyl window frame, you can expose it to the west sun in Houston, Texas, and not have any issues for years and years and years and years. I mean, it'll outlast your mortgage. Okay, so that's vinyl. Another quality product that I like in hot climates, now this does not work well in cold climates, but in hot climates, would be like an extruded aluminum product. So this product, for example, is a cutaway of a door, and you can see how it's nice and heavy duty and it's aluminum, but there's something right here, right in the middle there, that's called a thermal break, or it's called a pour and debridge on some products. What it does is this actually helps separate this side of the frame, the outside, from the inside of the frame, this side right here, and keeping those two apart helps reduce the amount of heat and cold transfer. Now, you'd say, Jeff, still, why would I want an aluminum product? I have aluminum windows now and they really stink. Well, your windows are not a high performance aluminum window. A high performance aluminum window will work almost as well in a hot climate as a high performance vinyl will. Now, it won't work very well in a cold climate whatsoever. You don't really want this in extremely cold climates. But in extremely hot climates, this actually does really well. And one of the reasons it does so well, the reason I like it is because when you get a finish, an exterior finish on a product like this, it's either going to be a powder coat finish, which is really great. Just like look up 2604, type in 2604 powder coat and do a search on that. Or you're going to get an anodized finish. An anodized finish is electrostatically applied to the aluminum in its production form. And it is tough. I mean, it is really tough. Like the surface is really, really going to last in a tough climate. Now, poor quality aluminum, right? Bad aluminum, a dark color like this turns to a lighter color and it turns chalky in a short period of time. You don't want that, but aluminum, that's number two. Probably the best overall, in my opinion, for extreme heat climates, if you're thinking about vinyl, of course, that's great, but also fiberglass. Fiberglass, especially if you have it injected with foam, fiberglass actually expands and contracts at the same rate as glass does. So when the glass and the fiberglass frame expand and contract together, you have fewer issues over the long haul. You have fewer issues when it comes to seal failure. You have fewer issues when it comes to separation between the window itself and the glass. So there's a lot of advantages to fiberglass. You say, well, Jeff, why would I want fiberglass? Well, fiberglass is great for extreme hot and extreme cold. So if you're someone up in the north where there's extreme cold, but you do get some hot days, this is really good. What I like about fiberglass is it handles the biggest amount of expansion and contraction than any other product out there. What you're going to get from aluminum sometimes is if you have an aluminum window and the sun's coming up after a cool night, sun hits that window on the east side, you might be laying in bed and hear pop, 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 and you think, what is that? It's the expansion and contraction of the aluminum. You're not going to get that out of the fiberglass. Of course, you're not going to get that out of the vinyl either. So this costs a lot because it's high quality. This costs more because aluminum just costs more money to make. This costs the most because there's not as much competition for fiberglass in our industry today. Great stuff. There's a lot of great companies out there to make it. But I think if you really deal with the right manufacturers and you get the highest quality products possible, you're going to find that any high quality product is going to survive even the most extreme heat conditions. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I answer every comment personally. If you have a question, you have a comment, please put it down there below. I'd love to help you with your window project. If you live in Houston, come by and see me. If you don't, check out thewindowexperts.com and I'll point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.